Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the Alabama Auburn postgame live show from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Jeffrey Only Talk Sports. We will be joined momentarily by Trevion Ware as he was at the game himself. He's going to get to his room in just a little bit. And man, I just got to tell you, it was a crazy finish. And we counted on this one being a close game because you know it's always going to be a close one at Jordan-Hare. And let me tell you something, folks. It's going to be a wild ride going over our takeaways with all of you as we are going to Atlanta. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing great, Jackson. I'm glad to hear that we are going to Atlanta instead of the other result of us losing in Jordan-Hare or whatever they call it. Credit to Auburn, though. Again, they're horrible. They're not a good program, But the thing is they show up against us. They show up against us. Ashton Daniels, I thought they made the wrong decision to go with him. I kept saying I think they needed to go with Deuce Knight, and they went with Ashton Daniels, and it almost worked out for him. But my Lord, Auburn cannot keep their hands on the football. Fumbles, just galore. Fumbles everywhere. Interception, mistakes. We made mistakes too. But, yeah, Auburn was very turnover prone, and that's why they lost. If they had played a mistake-free game, we lose probably. But you know what? People are going to say, well, Alabama not playing good again. It's Auburn. Every time we play in Jordan-Hare, it is close. Every time we play in Jordan-Hare, it gets weird. And it got weird tonight. But as they say, is Jordan-Hare haunted? Well, it might be haunted against Auburn because they fumble the football a lot. But now we got ourselves a SEC championship game lurking on the big stage next week against the Georgia Bulldogs. And who could have saw that coming a few weeks ago? When Georgia was playing bad, looked like they would suffer multiple losses. Alabama, was kind of lurking in there, but the Florida State loss. But A&M was there, Ole Miss, all these other teams, right? And at the end of the day, it ended up being Alabama and Georgia yet again for the SEC championship. It's just deja vu all over again. And the Bulldogs are going to get another chance to knock us off. And now, and I know we're going to get all this and more, but things are really dicey right now. With Miami winning, Notre Dame presumably going to win against Stanford. You also have Oregon winning. You've got BYU winning. You've got Vanderbilt winning. Texas winning. Texas is not getting into the playoffs. But all those teams are winning, right? Think about this. Yeah, horns down. I don't loathe you, Texas, and all that, but you're not making the playoffs, okay? But the thing is, with all those teams winning, would a loss to Georgia knock us out of the playoffs, which is the scenario I kept saying to everyone. If we could beat Auburn, then lose to A&M or Georgia in the SEC title game and miss the playoffs, that is a possibility right now. That is a major possibility, especially if we don't lose close. Now, obviously, the plan is to go in there and win. That is our plan, obviously. DeBoer, Ty Simpson, to go into the SEC title game in Atlanta, Georgia, and knock off those Bulldogs yet again. But if we somehow do not win, things are going to be very interesting for us whether we make the playoffs or not. But at the end of the day, we got the win we needed tonight in the Iron Bowl. What a game. Can't wait to break it all down. But now things are very interesting for Alabama at large.
We're unbeaten against the Auburn Tigers in the decade of the 2020s. I mean, you want to talk about the Roaring 20s. Now, this is the Roaring 20s right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Roaring 20s. And here's what's going to make it even. Oh, here we go. We got some Christmas magic coming your way. It's the merch store. We've got it all. Oh, there we go. We've got the Bama hats, the dad hat, the trucker hat, the t-shirt, the heavyweight t-shirt, the sweatshirt, the polo shirt, the can cooler, the tumbler, and the game day mug. We've got it all right here. And if you would like to see the Voice of College Football Journal, which keeps all your secrets safe if you need to vent about somebody or something, or that Voice College Football Dog Bowl, send your suggestions over to voicecollegefootball@gmail.com. All righty. So I just gotta admit, this was a fun ride. This was a fun ride tonight. The things we went right on were on fourth down. We didn't do all right on third down. I mean, like we were 4 of 17 on third down, but fourth down, we aced it every time. And the running game was a lot better tonight. It's a lot better. What is up, Uncle Charles? How you doing tonight, good buddy? Sports Talk with Austin. Sometimes it's Destiny, Bama, Georgia, Batman, and Joker, college football.
Thankfully, we're Batman.
Well, who's the Harley Quinn of Georgia? That's what I want to know. I mean, I'm gonna get hung up on this all night. Who's the Harley Quinn of Georgia? But just be like, "Hi, Mr. J." What about 7-5 Duke stealing spot? Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, see, the thing is that all these results today are not great for Alabama in the event of a loss in the SEC title game. We win in the SEC title game, none of that matters at all. But we're on the fringe. We're on the fringe, and a lot of teams that were on the fringe won. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's definitely not a guarantee. I think they were showing after the win, Alabama's got a 90% chance to make the playoffs. So, I mean, they're expecting Alabama to make it, I guess, regardless, because I think FBI is like predicting the future. I'm sure Georgia's going to be favored. So, if FBI is predicting a Georgia win, I don't know what the scenario will be if Georgia beats us, what the FBI prediction will be then, the percentage for us making the playoffs. But definitely there's a shot we don't get in with a loss. So that's why I'm saying, like, I didn't really like the scenario of us losing when we lost to Oklahoma, because that's why I was like, if we had have beaten Oklahoma and then beat Auburn, we'd be 11-1 right now. And then no matter what happened in the SEC title game, we would be in. That Oklahoma loss, that's why I was warning everybody. The Oklahoma loss sucked, because if we beat Auburn, make the SEC title game, now we have that possibility of being 10-3. And that's going to be interesting. Duke's still in a spot. I mean, obviously Virginia could beat them. I mean, the Duke's not. I don't really see how Duke steals a spot though, or Virginia, because the thing is, like, either result, two teams. You have the ACC championship winner getting into the playoffs if Virginia wins. If Duke wins, then you might have James Madison or North Texas, or basically the Sun Belt winner and the American winner maybe getting it. Either way, 5 conferences have to get in.
Yep.
By the rules. So Duke would not really be stealing a spot. I mean, if you really think about it, because if Virginia gets in, they're technically stealing a spot because they're not in the field, right? The ACC has to get in if they are above the group of 5. And if they're not, then just 2 group of 5s get in instead of the ACC, and they're left out entirely, which would be the scenario if Duke won. So they're not really stealing a spot. I see what you're going with there, but they're not stealing a spot. It's designed for 5 champions to get in. So, yeah. See, and this right, we got Will and D coming, and everybody's coming over. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to be going live later, as you guys well know. It's going to be great. So I appreciate you guys coming in here to Alabama at the Voice of College Football. If you are new, subscribe. We're going to be talking Alabama, regardless of a win or loss next week, regardless of win or loss in the playoffs. So we're here no matter what. People say, oh, you're only going to be here if it's fair weather. No, we're not here for that. We're here all the time.
No.
But yeah, that's crap.
We're here.
That is crap, Will, if Miami gets in like that. I'm sorry, but I don't think that Miami should get into the playoffs. I just don't. I agree that the Pitt win was impressive, but Notre Dame also beat the what out of Pitt. It's not like are we treating Pitt like they're good here? I mean, are we really doing that right now? I mean, all Miami had to do was not lose to SMU or Louisville. I mean, I'm sorry, they shouldn't get in. Texas being in the conversation's a joke. Vandy has a case. Notre Dame should get in.
Yeah.
I know people get mad at me for saying it, but Notre Dame should get in. Oklahoma, I really
Notre
think,
Dame did
has an
nothing to
argument to not
anybody.
get in because
Well,
Oklahoma
shit.
hasn't been very good for the vast majority of the season, but they have the wins at Bama and at Tennessee. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Well, Jam Miller, like, yeah, we can
it's
talk.
not looking good.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's all right,
He's
but
not.
yeah, it's
I don't think he's going to play anymore this season. I hope I'm wrong, and which I could be, but it didn't look good. And it sucks because Jam Miller's the classic example of people saying, oh, you should come back to improve your draft stock. Jam Miller would have been better suited to go pro last year. He came back this season, which I'm glad he did because our running back room kind of isn't that good. But Jam Miller has completely blown his draft stock. So yeah, it's rough. I agree with Will. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Oklahoma deserves a spot guaranteed. I don't know if you agree with that, Jackson. I do not think they do. I don't think Oklahoma deserves a spot guaranteed. I'm not saying they shouldn't get in, but everybody's like saying all the teams to Oklahoma are locks. All the teams above Oklahoma are locks. Like A&M's a lock. Georgia, Ole Miss, Indiana, Ohio State. All those teams are locks. I'm probably missing one, but you get the point.
Oregon.
Those teams, I think I said Oregon, but you get the point. Those are locks. Oklahoma's the one that everyone's saying they're a lock. And I'm like, why are they a lock? Why are we like, if Notre Dame's not a lock and Alabama's not a lock, why is Oklahoma a lock? Why are we doing that? I don't understand that.
Head to head.
Okay. I don't care about head to head. I care about head to head a little bit, but I don't care about head to head a lot. I don't, because I'm a believer in if you beat a team, you should be ranked ahead of them. But then if you lose to worse teams than the team that you beat, then you should be ranked behind. Miami screwed themselves over by losing to Louisville and SMU. Again, I don't think Notre Dame has lost to teams of that caliber this season. I don't. Where have they? Where did Notre Dame lose to an unranked team?
They haven't.
Alabama does have a Florida State loss, yes, but that was week 1. And since then, our only loss is that fluky game at home against Oklahoma, and we've beaten at Georgia, we've beaten Tennessee, we've beaten Vanderbilt, we've beaten Missouri when they were better. I mean, again, I'm just saying that, to me, head-to-head matters up to a certain point. It's a metric, but it's not the only thing that you can use. I don't know if you agree with that, Jackson, but these people online make it seem like head-to-head is the only thing that matters. Like Miami should be ranked ahead of Notre Dame no matter what because they beat Notre Dame. When there's a lot of data points since that game to show, like even if you look at statistical metrics, Notre Dame has played better than Miami since that game. I mean, there were Miami fans saying on Twitter today that Miami is Notre Dame's best loss. I think A&M is their best loss. Like, well, are they on crack? Like, I'm just wondering, Jackson. Like, these people are delusional. I know you love your team, and I'm not saying Miami has no case to get in the playoffs. But the thing is it's not like they should be guaranteed in, and they definitely shouldn't be guaranteed over Notre Dame. You can make a case maybe, but they shouldn't be guaranteed. All this guaranteed over crap. I mean, Oklahoma's got a better case because they beat Alabama at the end of the season. I mean, they do. I mean, they're ranked ahead of Bama for a reason. But if Alabama wins in the SEC title game, we'll leapfrog Oklahoma. I don't know. Definitely, I know you want to get back to the Auburn game and stuff, but there's just a lot of stuff at play right now that people are very interested in. It's got me peaked.
As long as we're not playing Oklahoma, I'm fine with it. Honestly, I don't care where you put Oklahoma. Just don't have us playing them because we tend to get beat by them. So,
well, the sad thing is, I would say I'd love to play them again because I don't think they're that good.
Yeah.
But it kind of like how Georgia, we're Georgia's kryptonite. Maybe Oklahoma is DeBoer's kryptonite. I would say that Oklahoma's our kryptonite, but I think it's more DeBoer.
Yeah.
Because before DeBoer, we didn't have any problems beating the Big 12. So.
Well, I'm just kind of like, don't have us play Oklahoma. We're fine. Like Georgia, I'm excited about playing Georgia next week, but back to this game.
Real quick, last point before we get back to the game, to Will's point, I am worried. You probably missed me. I've already talked about this. I don't know if you heard it, Will, but I am very worried about being left out. The results today did not go favorably for that.
He's worried, but I'm not.
I am, because if we lose, especially if we do not lose close, we're 10-3. All of these teams are 10-2. There is a shot we
Nobody's
get
getting
left out.
blown out. Nobody's getting blown out. That I can promise you will.
It's just a
Nobody.
hypothetical. I'm saying if. I'm not saying we will. I'm not going to predict
Yeah.
that. But I know
Right.
what you're saying. I mean, you're looking at reality. I'm just saying if, in the hypothetical event that we lost 40-7 to Georgia, we're not making the playoffs. And if we do make the playoffs, that's insane. It is. There's no way that you can justify us making the play. I mean, we're barely in currently. So that's my opinion. I mean, again, maybe maybe I'm not a real one, as some people would say. Oh, Jeffrey's not
You're
a real.
right.
He's not a true Bama fan. I'm just being honest with you. How do we deserve to make the playoffs if we're not competitive against Georgia? I expect us to be competitive against Georgia, but there's a chance if we get blown out, it's we're on the fringe. It's going to be interesting.
Well, we're all right now, but Travion is here to join us tonight. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing good, doing good. Just got out of Jordan here myself. Just saw the Alabama Crimson Tide take down Auburn in advance of that SEC championship game. My bad if I'm talking a little loud. Or my ears are still trying to adjust back to normal and everything. It was so loud in there. It was crazy in there. But a good night for the Crimson Tide overall, and ready to hop in with y'all and discuss what's going on.
Oh man, just a great night tonight. Like especially when we were converting on fourth down. Like we were just like 100% on fourth down conversions. I mean, we didn't do all right on third down, but that was no problem. We topped it off with how we were doing on fourth down. Just making that magic on there tonight.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to Ryan Grubb's continued belief in this offense. You see, they obviously been struggling on earlier downs, first down and second down, but just to have the confidence with the game on the line and being able to send your offense out there, keep your offense on the field, and having trust in them to can pick up that critical down was key. I like what I saw from Todd Simpson continuing just to get back up when things weren't going his way, and continuing just to lead the offense around him, because you see the pass game wasn't really going for Alabama tonight, as we saw. We got a lot out of the run game. Unfortunately, we saw Jam Miller go down. Unfortunately, saw him go leave the game on crutches and everything. So
No.
his status for the SEC championship game is kind of up in the air, not looking good from what I saw. Obviously, we have to see what Coach DeBoer says, but just to keep it on good terms tonight. Just happy to see what I saw from the fourth down execution to the defense making those timely plays and getting Auburn off the field on those third downs, because it could have got ugly, because we saw the offense, they went on a little disappearance spree in the third quarter, not really a lot of points, but just happy to see that Alabama is still able to pull out that win and get extend this season. Still a lot to play for. Still a lot to be excited for. So just happy that the season is still going for Alabama.
Oh, agreed, man. Like I feel like we're in the playoffs, like we're good, but we'll discuss more of our take on how our playoff standing is more on Monday. But in the meantime, how'd you gentlemen feel about our running game tonight? Because like it was a lot better than it's been in recent weeks. I mean, like 158 total rushing yards from our running backs. I mean, like Ty Simpson was getting some runs in tonight.
Yeah, I like what I saw from the running game. Just Coach Grubb's willingness to stick with it. Considering it hasn't worked a lot this season, but being on the road in a hostile environment, continuing to stick with it, especially with our passing game, them being pretty much stagnant throughout the night. I think Todd Simpson entered the third quarter, midway through the third quarter, not even touching 100 yards passing. So the fact that they were able to shift to the running game and get contributions out of dudes like a Daniel Hill. get contributions out of Jam Miller, before he went down. It's unfortunate he went down, but still to get that contribution out of him and Ty Simpson's willingness just to step up and make plays with his legs. I thought that was just key, just to keep his Alabama offense afloat, because Auburn, they had came into this game, them in Oklahoma, despite Auburn's record, Auburn has still had a pretty respectable pass rush and pass defense, and that was kind of the strong part of their defense. So to see Alabama have success on the ground tonight, that was pretty encouraging to see. Hopefully, we can continue that into the postseason, but pretty encouraging stuff we saw tonight in that department for sure.
Jeff, what did you think about the running game tonight?
Well, it was a major reason we won at all. Because, we were able to kind of control the game somewhat, not fully, but we had a couple long drives, and that ended in points. And a lot of it was picking up 4 or 5 yards on the ground. You're not asking, to be going out there and running like Notre Dame is with Jeremiah Love. You don't have to be that good. You just have to be able to run the ball well enough. Like, 3rd and 1, you don't have to throw. If it's 3rd and 1 and you have to throw, that's a problem. It's okay to throw on 3rd and 1, but you should be able to pretty much guarantee, hey, I can pick up 2-3 yards every single time, at least on the ground. That's a guarantee. But early on, we were averaging like 6-7 yards a carry. That kind of lowered as the game progressed, but we still were running it well enough that Ty Simpson did not have to throw every time. That was great.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I know we're talking about the run game for us, but on the other side, very problematic that we allowed Ashton Daniels to run all over us like that. I was getting sick and tired. Like, I don't get frustrated too much. Like, I get upset sometimes watching games, obviously, when, teams I want to win, teams I love, but watching the dude just trot sometimes down the field was getting on my nerves. I'm like, dude, you're just letting the guy like waltz down the field. Okay. There were times that they put big hits on him, and that's good. But there were other times where it was just dudes in slow-mo. I thought my TV was breaking. Like, he's just barely running, and they're just letting him run. And when he's just trotting out of bounds, you don't want to get a late hit, but, like, hit him, dude. Like, our run defense was terrible tonight on him. And it was major flashbacks to Jackson Arnold in the Oklahoma game last year. And it's problematic. That's terrible. Ashton Daniels is not that great of a runner. He's all right, man. But like Auburn, I cannot believe they just put their entire offense around him running the football. And then that opened up the pass. Like, they had those couple breakaway passes. Our defense, it did enough. I'm not saying it was bad. It did enough. Had a couple interferences, but that was awful tonight, letting him just run around. And it was just certain plays where, like, he was just picking up there was, like, that one play. It was, like, the 4th and 2 that they had where he was just sitting there, like, just kind of, like, feeling it out the pocket a little bit. And I'm like, sack him. Get him. Just, and all that. And then he just kind of moves forward, and then someone just pushes him over the line. And I'm like, dude, you got to hit him backwards. Don't hit him forward. These are small details that I know people get sick of hearing about Saban, but we didn't do that back then with DeBoer. DeBoer's good. He's a good coach. We got a good staff. We got great players. But these small little things, man, that's not championship caliber. It's just not. And we had a lot of issues with that tonight. It was a lot of problems. Our run game has been awful all season. Again, that was good tonight, but our run defense, particularly QB run, was not good tonight. That was bad. So these issues, and I know it's a rivalry game against Auburn, and they did play hard. Don't get me wrong. They played hard, but we still could have won that game by more if we had played better. We could have. We didn't put when we were up 17-3, we didn't snuff them. We didn't just end it. That was a little discouraging. I don't want to be pessimistic because I know it was a good win. I'm glad we won, and it keeps everything in front of us, but it was a C+ at best performance. Ty Simpson was great at times, but he wasn't very good either at times. So it was spotty everywhere. Everything was spotty today.
Well, on the bright side of tonight, Horton stepped up big time. He was a major contributor to our victory. Like
Yeah,
3 touchdowns. Like holy
we
Toledo.
miss Cuevas too. We miss
I
Cuevas
know.
big time.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's really no telling when we'll be able to get him back. You saw them trying to target some of the younger tight ends they have, like a Marshall Pritchard, like a Caleb Edwards, but it's no real replacement to replace that veteran type of presence that Cuevas brings. But overall, I'm kind of the mind of Jeffrey in terms of that Alabama could have put this game away earlier than what they did. You know, they had their chances. And once again, we're seeing that lack of being able to score in the second half for whatever reason is hurting this Alabama team. Unfortunately, Auburn didn't have enough of the pieces on offense, to kind of capitalize on some of Alabama's shortcomings. But still the same. Not to harp on that, because at the end of the day, a win is a win. A lot of teams, seasons ended today. Alabama's season is still going, so you want to look at the bright stuff, and things of that nature. But just another thing, just what Jeffrey said. I'm in terms of Alabama's defense defending Daniels, Auburn's quarterback. I'm gonna chalk that up as sort of like an anomaly performance, just because of what we've seen from how we've seen his defense perform uh, several weeks just leading up to this. I'm not gonna really read too much into it. I'm hoping that like we said, it's just with with this being a rivalry game, you could throw all the overlying stats out. I'm just thinking it's something like that. But that defense, run defense, definitely needs to get cleaned up because now you got Gunner Stockton coming into town, and obviously in the first matchup he didn't really hurt us as much as he could have with his legs, but we've seen him in several games this season be effective with his legs. Him and Frazier and that Georgia Bulldogs offense. So definitely celebrate tonight. The 24-hour rule, of course, what Alabama is
yep.
accustomed to. But back to work tomorrow for sure. But overall, just happy just to get the win, man. Just happy to see Kalen DeBoer get to that 10-win plateau, and now we prepare for Georgia Alabama part 300. It's like World War Z. So got to get ready for that. Should be exciting to see how that plays out. But yeah.
Oh man, it feels like watching World War Z and Tombstone combined. I mean, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Alabama and Georgia, like good grief. But our defense, of course, has been like a major contributor, of course. Like Justin Jefferson forcing out that fumble, and then you're getting lost in recovering it. I mean, you would think that's a win, right? And I see
Yeah.
why my IT guy is saying, why didn't Alabama run the clock out and take a chance on Auburn's possibly making another touchdown? Well, Auburn had 3
Yeah,
timeouts
Auburn
left
had
in the
three
Yeah.
timeouts, and there was really no way we could run out the clock unless we got a first down, which we didn't because we didn't
Yeah.
put the ball in the air, which I don't blame us for not doing.
Mhm.
And they
Don't turn it over.
and then on top of that, Alabama, like we said, just some of the
Yeah.
miscommunications on offense early in the game. They wasted 3 timeouts due to pre-snap misalignments, being unorganized. So
We do that a
it's
lot.
just yeah, we do that a lot, and unfortunately, it didn't come back to bite them too much in the tail tonight. But against more talented teams, especially in the college football playoffs, that's definitely going to be something that talented coaches take advantage of. Maybe even a Kirby Smart can take advantage of that. So definitely some areas they got to get cleaned up. But you never want to harp on the team too much after getting the win. Still winning to a hostile environment. Still was able to defeat some of those road demons because at the beginning of the season, everybody was saying Kalen DeBoer can't get this group to win on the road, but they've shown several times throughout this season that they can win on the road. So tonight was just another testament of that. So that's some of the good that we did see that they are able to win on the road. 'Cause they're gonna have to win on the road next week in Atlanta, because Georgia, they basically getting another home game. They just played Georgia Tech in the Mercedes-Benz Dome yesterday, so it's just another game for them again. So
I
it,
agree.
interesting to see.
Somebody's gonna get that first round bye next week. But it was funny though. We got outgained in total yards tonight. Like, good grief! Like 411 total yards Auburn had, and we had 280 total yards on offense.
It was kind of a reversal of the Oklahoma game where we outgained them we outgained them more than Auburn outgained us today, but it's similar. We doubled Oklahoma and lost. Yards don't matter. Points matter.
Agreed.
At the end of the day. I mean, Auburn blew their chance because they fumbled a lot. And that credit to our defense for forcing a lot of those fumbles. That they did great. But Auburn was also loose as a goose with the football. I mean, that was terrible on their end. Like, you cannot have that many fumbles. The fact that they recovered a lot of those, too, was just insane. I mean, yeah, the dude at the end almost fumbled, but he did fumble. He lost the ball, and, like, we let it go out of bounds because we tried to pick it up. That was bad. Brooks should have just fell on it, right? So that was a mistake. And then like that one drive, Auburn had the 3 fumbles back to back to back, and they got them all back, which is just insane. I think one of them they got back because of a penalty on us because we did get the ball, but then they ended up finally having the pick. It was ridiculous. I mean, it like Auburn is like they have butterfingers all game, thankfully. But yeah, like if they didn't turn the ball over or make the mistakes they did, they win. Because they did outgain us, just like we had the turnovers against Oklahoma and we lost. So, I mean, that's why you win some, you lose some. I know as Alabama fans, we're just used to always winning, but, like, we won this game how Oklahoma beat us in that other game. So, that's a perspective sometimes you got to have, even though you don't like it.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I want to say that it's because of the Auburn coaches and how they schemed against taking threat Alabama receivers out of the game, like a Ryan Williams, like a Jeremy Bernard, because they took Alabama. Of course, Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams has been Alabama's top 2 targets on offense all season. They took them both completely out of the game. Luckily, we have a 6'4" receiver, a wide receiver 3 that can he's pretty underrated. He's making these plays that he's making, but Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard, they were kind of no shows tonight, and it's
Yeah, we didn't
yeah,
see Williams tonight.
yeah, and I expected a big game out of Ryan Williams. Kind of don't know what's going on there, and it's kind of jarring now that well, he's losing. He's kind of losing the closest person that was in his ear, and I'm talking about his position coach in Jamarcus Shepard, because I don't think he's going to be coaching the SEC championship game. Supposed to be going to Oregon State on December 2nd to be introduced as their head coach. So that's kind of troubling to me. That's a personal worry I got, but I'm thinking that tonight the lack of offense was just more so due to how Auburn schemed against Alabama. I don't think that is we will see another poor passing performance from Ty Simpson again like that. I'm hoping not, knock on wood, but yeah, we definitely escaped out of there with the win tonight. I want to credit the defense and the run game when we were able to get a run game, and just being talented enough to make those plays to keep Auburn at arm's reach. But those are definitely some problems and some issues that that gonna have to be cleaned up as we move in December, because now it's no margin for error. Like, the margin for error is done. One mess up, you go home. So definitely interesting to see how Kalen DeBoer and staff addresses some of these problems that we're pointing out, and some of the problems that we're not even pointing out. But like you said, never can harp too much on the team. Got the win, got the 10 wins. Season's still alive, so I'm looking
Agreed.
at the positives. But definitely would like to win more than definitely should have won by more than what they won by tonight. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm wondering where Ryan Williams is, but he is banged up a little
He
bit.
played a little bit. He came in a few times, but they don't want
They're
to, I
not
guess, risk
targeting
him.
him
Yeah.
though.
Don't risk him. Don't risk him. Like, no.
Yeah, but Yeah, but I'm like, it's just like, is Ryan Grubb and them, are they targeting him? Because like I looked at the Ohio State game today and I saw how they target Jeremiah Smith, and I know they're not the same type of player, but they were in the same type of conversation last year, Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams, and it's just how other teams target. You know, they're supposed to be their quote unquote number one receiver. We know Jeremy Bernard has had more production this year, but I think it just goes back to like I said, it was how Auburn schemed up on defense and really how Ryan Grubb called the game. So I mean, I don't expect the
Agreed.
passing game to be as scarce as it was tonight in Atlanta next week. Hoping that we can get the complete opposite, but we'll have to see. But just have to be happy for what we got tonight and got the victory. So yeah.
I know I'm happy with the win. I mean, it's like now that we've beaten Auburn tonight, like again in Jordan Hare or Jordan Hare. Well, we'll call it Jordan Hare. We don't care. They,
That's. I'm
we
sorry,
call
Auburn fans. That's such a dumb
we call it what
pronunciation.
we want.
I
'Cause,
mean,
That's
if you
the
want to call it Jordan
this is the
Hare,
Roaring
change the
Twenties.
spelling of the word.
yeah,
This is the
yeah.
Roaring
Y'all,
Twenties here in
Like I'm
Tuscaloosa.
not, I'm not
y'all,
trying to be hateful, man. I'm just saying, like it looks like Jordan Hare. Everyone call it Michael Jordan. It's not Michael Jordan. Okay, so
and
So we
plus y'all
got
got
six.
other stuff to worry about. So
There we go. We're
it don't matter. We beat you in Jordan Hare. So there you go.
6-0 against Auburn since the start of 2020. Like that's
oh
awesome
yeah,
right there.
oh yeah,
Six.
and then just for history purposes, first Alabama team, first time in history, Alabama has won three consecutive games inside of Jordan Hare. So we saw some history tonight on top of that. So
Yes.
uh, I believe Alabama fans deserve a little botch of the name at the expense of Auburn fans tonight for sure.
Oh man, I'm queuing the Peanuts music up right now. But I'll tell you this though, gentlemen, looking at offense tonight, I put a poll up on the Alabama channel for Voice College Football. Who would you consider to be player of the game tonight
Hmm.
for
Isaiah
offense?
Horton. I
Horton.
mean,
I mean
Horton.
three,
Simpson, but
three.
Horton. I mean,
Yep, Horton. Here's the tide.
Horton caught the
Yeah, because
passes, man.
I mean, yeah, three touchdowns in a hostile environment. You know, being able to lean on your third option in the passing game and still being able to produce those points, being able to keep Auburn at arm's length. Yeah, Isaiah Horton definitely wouldn't have won that game without him tonight because, like we said, we saw Auburn pretty much do what they had to do to scheme to scheme and keep Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams in check. So definitely big shout out to Isaiah Horton for just stepping up and making the plays that he made and continuing just to be there when his number is called.
Oh man, like Horton rocked and rolled tonight. Jeffrey, what did you think about Horton or anybody else on offense as player of the game?
I mean, I said Horton or Simpson because
Yep.
Simpson made some clutch plays. I mean, he almost made a couple bad throws that could have been picked, but I mean, the guts to just take the hits that he did. I mean, that one play on the 4th and short where it looked like he had maybe Daniel Hill for a second, but it would have been a perfect throw like over the top of the defender. So he didn't. He pulled it. He ran, took a shot, got the first. That was gutsy. The throw to Horton at the end of the game to go up 27-20. What a freaking throw. I mean,
Agree.
squeezing that
Yeah.
thing in there. And he took punishment all game. His
Oh,
stats were not that good, only 122 passing yards, but all I know is that the guy went out there and he balled out and he kept getting up, taking all those hits. There was several times when he got rolled up on the one
yeah.
roughing the passer. Like I was like, oh boy, that I've seen so many guys like seasons over with hits like that. I mean, he got destroyed
And he
tonight.
kept coming
So
back.
I mean, if you're not going to go Horton, it's got to be Simpson.
Yes.
I mean, I would also say if Jan Miller didn't get hurt, Jan Miller was key, man. He made a lot of big runs too. So I mean, he got to throw him a bone. Sadly got hurt, and Daniel Hill was solid in his few runs, but Horton, I mean, he caught touchdowns. So, but to me, it's really hard to key in on a player of the game. I feel like player of the game is such an anti-sports thing because it's a team effort. I know it sounds dumb, Horton, if you're going to do player of the game, it's Horton, but there were a lot of winners there. A lot of guys make key plays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we even just got some guys on defense. Bray Hubbard continues just to step up and man the back
He
of
was
that Alabama
great.
defense, and just continues to play with his hair on fire.
Oh,
Coming
Hubbard.
up making tackles, covering on the back end, and also just Red Morgan. He got banged up, but his ability just to come back, and especially because Alabama's initial starting Husky, Deshaun Jones, he has a broken hand. He was out there with a big club, but he was available, but he was limited. But Red Morgan was able to step up and continue just be a force on defense in that secondary. So yeah, it's definitely some guys on offense and defense
Sure.
that we can go around for sure.
Oh yeah, and for defense, I kind of want to give it to Justin Jefferson and Bray Hubbard for player of the
Yeah.
game on defense. Because honestly, like Bray Hubbard, like being the only guy to pick off Daniels tonight, that was cool. And Jefferson just forcing that fumble, getting a piece of that pie once again. I love it. I love seeing Justin Jefferson make that magic.
Yeah, just those turnovers that they're creating, just continuing just to be contagious for this Alabama defense. Especially just with the offense, struggling as we saw tonight. Defense continues just to make timely turnovers. So definitely we can hope, definitely hoping we can continue that magic. Heading into December, heading into Atlanta, and wherever the Alabama end up in the college football playoffs for sure. But definitely impressed with this defense once again.
But yeah, it's like it was just like a great night tonight. We were just rocking and rolling. You know, hopefully our defense can continue to throttle Georgia, just intimidate the heck out of Stockton. I think we can. I think we will. I think we can put a ton of pressure on Frazier as well.
The
I'm
biggest
excited.
advantage we have is the psychological advantage
Yep.
because we've beaten them so many times. It's in their head. It's kind of like Ohio State. We all believe Michigan had a chance this year just because of the fact that they've won the last four, in a row, but Michigan's
Oh, no
terrible.
worries. It's
So
not a shit.
Ohio
He's not
State got
hiding
it
a
done.
Tennessee shirt. I promise you.
I'll show you. It's just a regular shirt. There's no Tennessee. I actually do have a Tennessee hat in my catalog. It's not I'm a Tennessee fan or anything. It's just you got family members that like Tennessee and they buy you a hat. So it's kind of like Jackson's got a Wisconsin hoodie. So I've got a lot of hats and shirts of non-teams that I root for. So I'm not a Tennessee fan here, man. But that is a good one. That is a good one. But yeah, I just a regular orange shirt. I don't usually wear jackets on stream, but it's kind of cold where I'm at right now. It's kind of crazy. The cold weather's hitting. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like Alabama, they definitely are. It's not a guarantee that they're gonna, make the playoffs. It's not a guarantee that they're gonna beat Georgia, but this win gives them a chance, and that's all that matters. That's that at the end of the day. I agree with Travion. Like we got the win. I've kind of sounded very negative tonight, but there's a lot of positives to take away from tonight too. They were gutsy. They gritted out the win. But yeah, I mean, the psychological advantage against Georgia to me is our biggest biggest advantage.
Yeah, and this
We've owned them, and it's going to be very hard for them to overcome that.
Oh, great. There you go.
yeah,
That's the quote of the night, ladies and gentlemen. The quote of the night.
Auburn sucks, but Tennessee swallows.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Where
But
does LSU fit in?
LSU?
oh man,
I couldn't hear you. LSU?
LSU, man, they
They
gonna try to
sucked
pick
against
themselves.
Oklahoma
They
today, and
go,
I love it.
man, in Oklahoma, it just bothers me how did Alabama lose that game because we
We
continue
should
to see
not have lost that
Oklahoma.
game. And
We
Oklahoma fans get
continue,
mad at me for saying that, Travion. They should not have
yeah,
won. They were
and we
terrible,
can
but we gave them the game.
literally. And we continue to see Oklahoma on offense. I mean, we can't talk too much about offense, because our offense isn't firing on all cylinders. But Oklahoma, their defense is literally winning them games. At least our offense is
Oh, yeah.
scoring some, helping somewhat. But can't really focus on other teams. But with the Georgia part, it's definitely a psychological thing. Just with Alabama, being undefeated in SEC championship games against Georgia and going up to their place and doing and being able to pull out that win earlier this year. So I'm you can only be confident because Alabama has done it before. Georgia hasn't. So I have to take that into account. But definitely just depends. Offense got to play their got has to have improvements, but defensively, I like where the defense is at right now, heading into that matchup overall. You know, so looking forward to seeing the status of Jam Miller. That's going to be a big headline. And if he's not available, we also saw some AK Deer tonight. We saw a little bit of AK Deer. Jam Miller was a senior anyway, so it might be this might be the ushering in of AKD or another complimentary back on our roster. So just have to see, but still a lot of ball to play. So
But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to what we're gonna bring on next Saturday in the SEC title game in Hotlanta. And today was a perfect day in Tuscaloosa as we defeat the Auburn Tigers for the 6th straight year. Tennessee gets smacked off the face of the earth by the Vanderbilt Commodores, with Theo Vaughn probably sitting in the background somewhere, and LSU losing a tight one to the Oklahoma Sooners. Maybe we can call it our version of a perfect day. Maybe we can take that from USC because I'm a little mad at USC for wanting to not play Notre Dame. So that's mine. That's mine. I'm taking it. But no, in all seriousness, great night tonight for the Alabama Crimson Tide. We've got more magic coming your way on Alabama at the Voice College Football. You'll definitely be seeing Jeffrey, Trevion, and myself Monday night going over the final takeaways of the Iron Bowl, our take on Jamarcus Shepard leaving for Oregon State to be their next head coach in Corvallis. And I will say he's much better than the last guy. Sad to see him leave Bama, but we wish him nothing but awesomeness. And we'll be going over much, much more news all right here on Alabama at the Voice of College Football. Plus Tuesday night, Trevion and I will be joined by Matt Green and Bo Underwood from Georgia at the Voice of College Football. That's going to be a fun ride. And Jeffrey, what magic are you cooking up, good buddy?
Yeah, as everybody infamously knows, on my Saturday to Sunday morning escapades, live stream coming up after this. Hopefully not till 4 a.m., but we're starting pretty late, so 4 a.m. might be early. We'll see. People don't go to bed. It's crazy. College football fans don't sleep. Must be drinking a lot. I don't know. I mean, whatever works, right? But I appreciate you for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you for hanging out. It's always a great time. And we're gonna be partying tonight, as Godfather says. So definitely gonna be excited. If you love college football and you like staying up to the wee hours of the morning, it is the perfect show for you. So definitely appreciate it. Check it out. Also follow me on X as well. Updates on all the time on how I feel about what's going on in this world we live in, the college football world especially. It is an interesting time. There is a lot of interesting stuff that people do. The memes, the jokes, the 80 billion sources of Lane Kiffin is going to become the king of England or something else crazy that people have been saying. It's pretty wild. It's interesting. So my thoughts on X and also updates for when I go live and here at Alabama, the Voice of College Football. Subscribe down below. If you are not an Alabama fan, it's okay. Auburn fan, we'll accept Auburn fans. We'll accept.
Come on in.
Definitely come subscribe to Alabama, the Voice of College Football. We appreciate you for helping us get to 3,000 subs. Definitely, it's a growing community around here. You guys make it the community that it is. Definitely appreciate it a lot, and glad that we were able to celebrate a win tonight instead of an L and a sad end to our football season because nobody cares about the bowl game anymore. So definitely glad our season continues.
And tell your friends, your family, and the cashier's post about the magic that Jeffrey creates at Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to. And you'll know that, again, if you're tuning into Jeffrey's show tonight, my fault that he's like, blame that on me, ladies and gentlemen. Blame that on me. But Trevion, what magic are you cooking up on T-Wear 1K, good buddy?
The Magic I'm cooking up, just looking at across the landscape of college football, looking at some of these finalized conference championship games, and looking at all the different scenarios of who could you know the college football committee says they're not gonna really be punishing teams if they lose in their conference championship game or how they will lose, but there still might be some scenarios that may affect Alabama if they were to lose. So I'm kind of keeping myself busy with those scenarios, keeping myself ready for all things positive, negative, and stuff like that. Also, like I said, I went out here to the game tonight in Auburn, first time in the plane. So I'm in my hotel room now. Probably about to get some rest soon and head back to T Town tomorrow in the morning for sure, first thing in the morning. But other than that, looking forward to seeing what Jeffrey has cooked up on his channel, seeing what you have cooked up on your channel, Jackson, and also just seeing the craziness on social media and you
Oof.
know uh a lot of fans season in today. Our season's still going. People taking it off and talking mess in August. Now they're taking it off by December. So it's always funny to see how things unwind. So just looking at all that.
There we go. Tell your friends, family, and the cashier's post about the magic that Travion is creating on TWare1K on /Twitter. And you can also check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I'm 276 subs away from that magic number 1,000. And two of my episodes this week, I had on Steve Hellwagon for Buttnuts 247 and Patrick Murphy for Buttnuts 247, joining me to discuss the Ohio State Michigan matchup, including where Patrick Murphy was getting a shot from his phone of that game-winning touchdown for the Ohio State Buckeyes in the 2016 Ohio State-Michigan matchup. And I can tell you, that was fun going over a close-up of that. When was that exactly? That's why you tune in. And also, you can also check me out on SEC at the Voice of College Football, where after Crimson Tide Live, I'll be joined by Samuel Recker from College Football with Sam, discussing the state of the SEC. Does Vanderbilt deserve to get in the playoffs? Does Texas have a case? That's why you tune in to SEC at the Voice of College Football, all right there. And for more updates, what I've got going on SEC at the Voice of College Football, the Jacksonian, Alabama at the Voice of College Football, once a week calls on the Falling Bomb Show, and three times a week appearances on Locked Out West Virginia with Mountaineer Paul for Jackson's World College Football. Check me out on Jackson BOCFB on @Twitter and on Instagram, face Jackson Shots 543908. And we've got the YouTube memberships. So I'll go real quick on this, fast as 1 minute. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Crimson Faithful member, where you'll have loyalty badges next to your name in the comments in the live chat, custom emojis to use in the comments in the live chat, and you get member shoutouts, like our good buddy, the Godfather of the SEC, giving us the breaking news that Lane Kiffin is making his announcement at 9 o'clock in the morning on where he's going. Well, this is better than The Bachelor, the way I look at it. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Saban Disciple, where you'll have priority replies to comments and access to a monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey Only Taught Sports, and Travion Ware. And for $9.99 a month, you can become a Bear Bryant legend, where you can connect on social media and give out content requests of any kind. And neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor the weird weather of Alabama will put a stop to us from fulfilling your content requests, all right here. There's that number one phone finger from Godfather of the SEC. And with that being said, we will see you Monday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, bringing you our takes on the Crimson Tide. Like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell, share this to your friends, family, and friends so you never miss no video whatsoever. And we will be seeing you soon. And roll
Time.